What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Welcome to the RNEWS Morning Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, where the thing stimulus at TikTok video rant at Mitch McConnell watched over 2 million times. Look at that. Hating on Mitch is popular. So is trying to help others. Fricking stimulus blocking vampire. That's a common mistake, but he's not a vampire. Mitch is a lich. Technically he's not a lich because we have no evidence of him creating a phylactery. His taxonomy is closer to a revenant animated by greed and hatred. He's more of a flesh golem made up entirely of buttholes. Well, a lich isn't going to tell you where its phylactery is. I would suggest checking Trump's butt for it. But so many people have their heads up there. It surely would have been found by now. Here is a direct link to the video. www.tiktok.com. Thank you. That Newsweek site is a nightmare on mobile. The Newsweek site should be illegal. Literally, the amount of deceptive and abusive advertising content is obscene. This was my first time visiting on mobile and holy crap, I thought my phone had a virus. Meanwhile, Canada gave its citizens $2,000 per month for several months. The US is giving 200,000 people per day COVID. Newsweek on mobile is freaking garbage. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Trump says he will leave the White House if Electoral College votes for Biden. Typical narcissist who makes it sound like he has a choice in the matter. You can't fire me, I quit. Quote. It'll go something like this. This is very hard for me. But as the leader of the White House Presidential Concession Task Force, I must announce that President Donald J. Trump officially concedes to Joe Biden. He has not given up though, and will continue to make America great again from the bunker underneath Mar-a-Lago, Mike Pence. As Michael Cohen said, Trump will leave the White House for Mar-a-Lago for Christmas and never return. I do not have a problem with that. He checked out on his job over 3 weeks ago already. Just in it for the last gasps of grift now. A single-celled amoeba would have made a better president. You cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby. This comment hit me right in the good spot, Outlander. Go for the eyes, boo. Trump has already said he will never concede. Him saying he will leave the White House means he will resign. I guarantee it. He will never conform to the norms. He will never attend the Biden inauguration. 100%. He resigns to make it look like he's in control, with Pence pardoning him as a cherry on top. Edit. Just because he hasn't been convicted, doesn't mean he won't try. This is Trump we're talking about. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, people are going hungry as you tweet from vacay. AOC doubles down attacks on Senate for failure to pass COVID relief bill. Mitch, we voted for you. Help us. Get off my lawn. Bear Mason has a drones rain down from the sky. Gets elected again. Then we got to lose Cruz. After we lose Cruz, we'll hit Lake Wallenpaupack for a lose Cruz booze cruise. The DNC is a perennial disappointment. We need a progressive party that will defend my tax dollars against the corruption of the RNC. Watching that utter moron Dan Crenshaw try to burn AOC may be the most infuriating thing on Twitter these days. Dan, I'm a patriot except when my daddy Trump's in bed with Russia. Crenshaw. Dan, hey, did I mention I'm a seal? Crenshaw. Dan, I'm in my 30s but think marijuana is icky. Crenshaw. Dan, please don't look at my donors because then you'll realize how much of a milquetoast sellout I am. Who doesn't give a F about my constituents? Crenshaw. Dan, please Daddy Joe Rogan. Please let me on your podcast for the millionth time. I need to platform. Crenshaw. Dan, nobody would even know who I am if it wasn't for this eye patch that forces everyone to constantly acknowledge I was a seal. Crenshaw. The way Joe Rogan fawns over this guy and then tries to play the I'm actually pretty leftist guys card is infuriating. Just blow him already on a bed of kettlebells. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Elizabeth Holmes wants to block jurors from hearing about her luxurious lifestyle as Theranos CEO. Why should you have to go to jail for a crime that someone saw you commit? Blah blah blah. You've just been law-bombed. If you haven't watched the documentary on her and Theranos the inventor, I highly recommend it. Q. What's the motive? A. Money. Lots and lots of money. The defense argument that lots of CEOs have lavish lifestyles actually favors the prosecution. The prosecution claims that Holmes wanted to enjoy a CEO's lifestyle without the inconvenience of having a viable business or a real product to sell. Evidence of her lifestyle goes to motive and the size and scope of the fraud. She's the CEO of a cloud of smoke. Or so they claim. Lol. How is this woman still free? Not only is she free, she got married to a rich heir to a hotel group and is likely still living in luxury. Which is so bizarre, lol. Imagine being that guy. Oh, you conned a bunch of people out of billions. Marry me. I think you figured out what they have in common. Under oath will she have to use her real voice. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Amazon workers in Germany to go on strike on Black Friday. How the frick is Jeff Bezos supposed to make a living wage with this kind of nonsense going on? Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life for Emperor and Imperium. Personally, I'm not ordering anything online, or buying anything else until next week. I expect that Black Friday deals will continue well past the weekend, and maybe even better. Retail took an absolute beating earlier this year in the toys, gifts, electronics. So they are sitting on more crap than we realize. Black Friday deals aren't what it used to be for years now. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. France bans citizens from filming and identifying violent police officers. It used to be for pedophiles, but they got to change it up as we build a higher tolerance for bull crap. How many politicians were pedos? Asterisk pedos. They didn't stop just cause Epstein didn't kill himself. Similar thing is happening in Poland. The Minister of Justice said that he and his people will pursue anyone who identifies and publishes data about undercover policemen who beat the crap out of journalists and protesting women. If only we were united. The only thing that unites us is that we're all slaves to money, we just don't have enough of it to become one of them yet. Just another creation of power to suppress any hope of transparency and accountability. Yeah, the French have a history of sorting this kind of stuff out. Off with their heads. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.